Alright, let's go on a little time-traveling adventure. One that's shiny, fiery, colorful, and honestly, kind of magical. It starts with cloisonné, a fancy French word meaning partition. But don't let the name fool you. This art is way older than the French language. Cloisonné is a technique where thin metal wires, gold, copper, silver, or brass, are bent into designs and soldered onto a surface, creating little compartments. These compartments are filled with colored enamel paste, fired in a kiln, and polished to a glassy finish. It's bold, delicate, and extra in the best way. You've probably seen cloisonné without even realizing it, on antique vases, intricate jewelry, or even luxury items like Fabergé eggs. But it didn't start there. Let's rewind all the way back to ancient Mesopotamia and Egypt, before 1800 BCE. Instead of enamel, artisans used gemstones like turquoise, lapis lazuli, garnet, and carnelian. In Egypt, they also used faience, a glassy paste that wasn't quite enamel, and since gold couldn't handle high heat, they kept the firing process gentle. You know King Tut? Yeah, his tomb was loaded with cloisonné-style jewelry. This stuff was royal from the start. Now hop over to ancient Greece, specifically 13th century BCE, and the earliest true cloisonné with enamel appears. In 1952, archaeologists found 6 incredible gold rings in a Mycenaean tomb in Kuklia, Cyprus. Enamel-filled, over 3,000 years old, and now chilling at the Nicosia Museum. The technique traveled and evolved. Next up, the Byzantine Empire. Around the 10th to the 12th centuries, cloisonné becomes a high art. Wires get finer, designs more intricate. Religious icons glow with enamel and garnet, the later symbolizing the blood of Christ. Byzantine artists influenced all of Europe, especially early medieval styles like Carolingian and Ottonian art. Even the so-called barbarian tribes got inspired and gave it their own twist. But then, Europe pivoted. During the Renaissance, artists leaned into a different technique, champleve, where enamel is poured onto carved-out spaces instead of wired ones. But while Europe was switching gears, China was just getting started and about to take cloisonné to another level. Cloisonné likely reached China via trade routes from the Islamic world, or Byzantium. The first recorded mention? 1388, in a book called The Essential Criteria of Antiquities by Cao Zhao. He called it dashi yao, Muslim wear. Fun fact, he also thought it was too flashy and only suitable for ladies' chambers. Clearly, not everyone agreed, because by the Ming Dynasty, especially under Emperor Jing Tai, from 1449 to 1457, cloisonné was the height of imperial fashion. He loved deep blue so much that Chinese cloisonné became known as Jing Tai Lan, which is literally Jing Tai blue. And blue has been the star of the show ever since. Chinese artisans mastered the firing process, used super refined copper, and developed vibrant enamel colors. Wires weren't always just dividers. They became part of the decoration. Sometimes artists even skipped the wire between colors altogether. Themes exploded into flowers, dragons, clouds, and celestial symbols. It was a cultural renaissance in metal and color. The craftsmanship was so precise, so luxurious, that Ming cloisonné is still considered the gold standard. During the Qing dynasty, from 1644 to 1912, cloisonné became more widespread. But mass production and export demand caused a decline in quality. Designs got simpler, enamel less vivid. Still, cloisonné was a global sensation. It wowed crowds at the 1893 Chicago World's Fair and again at the 1915 Panama Pacific International Exhibition, where it won first prize. Meanwhile, in Japan, cloisonné had already entered during the 8th century, possibly from Greek or Egyptian influence. Originally reserved for religious use, it gradually spread to everyday objects. By the Tokugawa period, from 1603 to 1868, and the Meiji period, from 1868 to 1912, cloisonné became a Japanese specialty. From 1890 to 1910, Japan entered its cloisonné golden age. Think stunning color palettes, intricate designs, and craftsmanship so good it dominated international exhibitions. The Ando Cloisonné Company led the charge, helping establish Japan's rep as a cloisonné superpower. And then there's Russia. The technique came via Byzantium between the 9th and the 13th centuries, but went dormant after Mongol invasions. By the late 1300s, Russian artisans switched to champlavé, until the 19th century, when Fabergé stepped in and said, "Let's make it fabulous." Fabergé and jewelers like Mikhail Kebnikov revived cloisonné, but added a twist. Instead of filling compartments, they painted the enamel on, letting it pool and create texture. It was modern, rich, and ridiculously beautiful. Today, cloisonné is still alive and evolving. Most artists use copper, affordable, light, and easy to shape. The enamel is layered and then fired and then polished. Each bead can take 4 hours to make. Cloisonné is now crafted in 3 main styles: flat, convex, and concave, each with its own unique flair. And yes, even the BMW logo uses a modern version of the technique, a kind of champlavé that mimics the depth and shine of traditional cloisonné. So, from Mesopotamian treasures to Ming Dynasty masterpieces, from medieval tombs to modern luxury goods, cloisonné has literally glowed up across the centuries. It's not just art, it's a legacy of craft, culture, and creativity. A little fire, a lot of patience, and a whole world of color. So, next time you see a shiny little trinket with swirly colors and tiny metal lines, now you know. That little object? It has a global passport and a 3,000-year resume. Until next time, stay curious, stay sparkly,